Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to January 2024. Aquarius, and welcome to your January 2024 Tarotscope. I'm going to start by welcoming you back, and also lighting this candle here. Whoops. Hope all of you are having a great start to your new year. And I have already pre-shuffled this deck, but I'm just going to cut it a couple times on camera here. So let's see what's coming up for Aquarius for January 2024. Let's get right into it. So your first card, Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles. This is an incredible card. You're at the top of the deck. Aquarius. Queen of Coins means that you are in your element, you're taking care of your affairs. Queen of Coins is the type of person who hosts a lot of parties and is surrounded by, people, social events. She's sort of like the head of a tavern where she's cooking good meals. She takes care of the animals. It basically means having your affairs in order and enjoying the riches that you have put yourself in a good place to receive. So Queen of Coins, it might be a good way to start the year is by reviewing your financing, sort of counting your coins, if you will, and wearing that crown, like taking stock of the place that you've put yourself and whether you want to continue on the same road that you're on or make modifications so that you can wear that crown by the time of year's end. Let's see what else is coming up, Aquarius. Six of Wands. So Six of Wands has to do with success. These two cards are very much related. It looks like 2024 is opening with a boom for you, Aquarius. Six of Wands is triumph, victory, success. Queen of Coins means like doing well in terms of your finances, your domestic life, the world around, the material world around you. I'm seeing lots of success, either that you already are experiencing or that's coming your way here in January. So great opening to January for Aquarius. If there's some sort of financial project that you have been working towards, I see that like coming to fruition here at the beginning of January. What else is coming up for you? Five of Coins. Okay, this is interesting because this is loss. Five of Coins means sometimes over focusing on the material and not realizing like the good things that we have, or it's feeling like we're left out in the cold. This is a real card of focus. So what this says to me is that even though you have triumph and success showing up for you in the Six of Wands, recognition, status, it could mean like there's a temporary financial loss or investment, or it could also mean that there's an over focus on the material. And what I mean by that is perhaps you're not making as much money as you would like to be making, but what these cards are saying is that the status and the reputation is doing very well. So maybe, for example, you've been putting in extra hours at work and your reputation is golden, but the money is not quite up to par with what your actions have been yet. So with that happening, what it says is try not to focus so much on the material right now. If you're seeing a loss that comes in, even debt can be good in the spiritual realm in terms of that taking on debt can fund other things, So if you're experiencing a material loss, sometimes your focus just needs to be put on the spiritual world instead of like counting your coins in the bank. It may be that you need to look and see where you rich in other departments, or is your money not catching up to all the efforts that you've been putting in? Like, is it time to ask for a raise? That's kind of what that's asking me. I have Hanged Man in reverse. Yeah, this kind of goes along with the Five of Coins card here. Hangman in reverse tells me you may be too focused on what other people think, or the way that you're perceived in the world. Again, with Hangman reverse, it means that maybe you're focusing too much on the material world, like your appearance or your body or how much money you have or your assets, like what kind of car you drive, all that kind of stuff. And this is saying like it's you that has the importance. It's you that has the triumph and the success. Who you are as a person is what's being featured here. It's saying that you have a lot of good success, but it may not be in the form that you're expecting it in. You may be looking at like, if I'm such a great person, why am I not getting financial rewards? Why am I not why don't I have the body that I want? Why don't I have the money that I want? Why don't I have this or that? There's somewhat of a focus on lack with Five of Coins energy, and also with Hangman in reverse. This is usually saying that we're focusing too much on the material world or what other people think of us, instead of focusing on the actual value that you have and that you bring as a queen. Queen of Coins says you have inherent value. And this is saying you are very much poised in a place of success and triumph with Six of Wands. If you're not experiencing it already, it should be coming. Next card for Aquarius is Four of Cups. Yeah, there's something about your perspective or your point of view right now where you're not seeing the value that you bring or the value that's right in front of you. With Four of Cups, sometimes that's a card of boredom or feeling like this can go two different ways depending upon where you are, Aquarius. Sometimes Four of Cups can be read as luxury, in which case that's right in line with Queen of Coins energy, which is where it's showing up. So if you're experiencing luxury, keep continuing to do that. However, if you're not experiencing that and you're feeling like bored or depressed or like everything's the same old, like it doesn't matter if I make any changes because, the past things have always been a certain way. They always turn out the same way and they're always going to be the certain way. Like sometimes Four of Cups can mean feeling stuck. It's like the Rip Van Winkle card. And what it usually means is that you need to look outside of yourself. It means that you need to sort of open up your eyes. It really actually, all of these cards are perspective cards. Five of Coins, Hangman in reverse, and Four of Cups. This is really turning up as a theme for you, Aquarius. So I want you to like kind of hone in on this, is that you may feel like you're being left out in the cold. You may feel like you're not getting the riches you deserve. You may feel like I don't even have enough money to eat, or I don't have enough money to pay my bills. I don't have enough money to travel, do the things I want to do. But it may be because you're doing some comparison. It may be because you're doing like the compare and despair, which is what Four of Cups would also tell me, is that you're not seeing the values of what is right in front of you because you're kind of checked out, or your focus is on internal instead of seeing like the riches around you. So when I see these cards come out, what it's making me say is, Aquarius, make sure that you are valuing the things that actually have value, your connections with other people, the things that might be right in front of you that you're not seeing are values because you're looking elsewhere and what other people have and what other people think. And, there's a lot of what's out there and what do other people think, instead of like looking at yourself and saying, okay, this is right here in front of me. I think actually making a gratitude list, Aquarius, for January might be a really good way to open things up, to see how far you've come and how many triumphs you actually already have. This is Five of Wands in reverse. It looks like problems are going to start becoming easier or disappearing. Five of Wands can usually mean competition. And with Five of Wands in reverse, it means like the competition is moving out of the way. Problems are like moving out of the way. Problems are dissolving. This is sometimes a fighting card, like if there's been petty dramas or things like that. With Five of Wands in reverse, that says those are getting out of the way, those are clearing out. Like little obstacles and difficulties will be moving out of the way as you adjust your perspective and where you put your attention and focus. Let's see what else is coming out. Yeah, Chariot. This is where your victory comes in. Chariot has to do with making decisions and feeling confident and trusting your own inner guidance. So once you tune into yourself, Aquarius, looks like might happen around the middle of the month. Things are going to start getting easier. It's going to feel like the wheels beneath you are being greased, and you have to really trust your intuition. You kind of have what these cards are saying is you kind of have to tune out what the rest of the world is doing. You're usually pretty good at that, Aquarius, because you usually march to the beat of your own drum. But as you are able to like kind of come back to yourself, things get a little bit easier. This even looks like a wheel that's turning, and here's the wheels turning in your favor. This is you having also, again, triumphant success. That's why the laurel leaves are represented on this card. It's a real card of like mental focus, mental control, decision making, knowing the right decision to make at the right time, knowing when to turn right or to turn left to cross that finish line. That's what Chariot's about, and you're about to cross some sort of finish line. But it's not without setting your sails in the right direction. You really have to turn your focus away from overly material matters and from feeling less than, feeling like, oh, I don't have as much as they have, or I'm not as good as they are, or I'm not as attractive as they are. Whatever these thoughts are that are coming with this 5 of coins, Hangman in reverse, 4 of cups, once you clear that out of the way and sort of like redirect your attention, problems start to disappear and you start getting success, victory, triumph, crossing that finish line. So I love that for you around mid-month. And then also Magician. I mean, this is very interesting because it's Magician in reverse, which tells me that you don't know your power yet. You've actually got a number of major arcana cards, and some of them are in reverse. It's saying that you have untapped potential, Aquarius. Magician means I can say what I create. I can create what I say. It's the abracadabra card. It's the I am card. This card says, if I think it, I can create it. And with that in reverse, it's telling me that you don't think that you actually have the materials to manifest or create what it is that you want to create, but you actually do. The fact that this card is showing up shows that its energy is here and present for you, but there may be a level of fear, doubt, or resistance that you need to remove in order to have that actual like aha moment, to have that confidence is actually the word that I'm getting with this Magician card, is that once you get a taste of this Chariot energy and crossing the finish line and having the wheels greased and like accomplishing something, then you may have access to this energy too, Magician, which is like, oh, if I can do that, I can do anything. This is all potential energy. But you're going to have to, again, conquer this. This is coming up as a theme for you in January, is conquering the fear or attention that tells you you can't, you won't, you don't have. Those are all deceptions and lies. And for you to actually come into the truth of who you are and your creative potential, that's what this Magician card is saying to you. It's like, if you believe it, you can see it. But if you don't believe it, you won't see it. That's essentially Magician in reverse energy. Magician in reverse says, I need to see it before I believe it. And Magician in the upright position says, I believe it, therefore I see it. So which one do you want to be, Aquarius? Once you get some results here in the middle of January, you may be more willing to believe in your capabilities and your power, and that with that comes that confidence. At the end of the month, we have Jack of Cups in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse. This is a card of professing love to someone. This is compassion. It has a lot of Christ energy to it. It means basically putting your heart out. It's saying, I come with a message of love. I come with a message of compassion. You may have a hard time speaking what's on your heart or sharing what's on your heart. Or there may be someone too that wants to share a message of love with you, but they feel like they can't get through to you at the end of the month. But I encourage you to not be fearful about sharing what's on your heart, Aquarius, especially towards the end of the month. These are things that could be like dreams or passions or things that you've wanted to do that have been in your heart for a long time that you don't feel like you can share with others. But with this in reverse, it's saying that you have an opportunity to remove any fears, doubts, or resistance about sharing what it is that you love, sharing what moves you, what stirs your emotions. Like for some of you, for example, who are creatives, like if you were going to write lyrics to a song, but they feel too personal, it may be that there's fear about writing something that's so personal and on your heart, but this is saying you have the opportunity to remove that fear, doubt, or resistance, make that contribution to the world of compassion, love, emotion, feeling, all that. It's saying I don't want to share that. I don't want to receive that. This card is inviting you to like have the courage, again, another card of courage and confidence, to share that emotional side of you or receive the emotions from someone else. Next card up is Nine of Swords. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me, Aquarius. This is a card of overthinking. This means too many thoughts, this is like making something that is small into something that is large. With Jack of Cups or Knight of Cups in reverse, this may mean that you're unable to access the feelings of your heart because your mind is getting in the way. The mind is like creating mountains out of molehills. It's overthinking, especially if this has to do with a water sign that you're involved with or that you're considering being involved with. There may be some overthinking regarding that. This card invites you to just realize that you're safe, that your thoughts are actually the problem here, and that if you do have any problems, overthinking it is not going to solve it. A lot of times the way out of this is just by reaffirming that you're safe or by taking some sort of action. Let's see what comes out after that. Yeah, here's the Big Daddy K of action. This is King of Wands. This is saying take big, bold action. King of Wands doesn't do things in a small way. King of Wands he's the king of fire. He will confront things head on. He has wide vision. He doesn't see the little trees. He sees the big forest. He has big dreams. He sees the big picture. He takes action and decisively. He doesn't second guess himself. He wears that crown and he's just like, this is my dream. This is my empire. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. When I think of Julius Caesar, I came, I saw, I conquered, that's King of Wands energy. So what I'm seeing with this is that as you change your perspective away from what others are doing, things get easier for you. You get some success, some victory. You may start to believe more in your creative capacities and what you're able to manifest. And if you can also not let your mind take over or overthink, especially anything that has to do with the heart, let that heart energy flow, take action and don't get stuck in your mind. In this card, often there's a woman who's sitting in bed and she's just got her head in her hands and she can't go anywhere or do anything. She feels powerless because she's overthinking and worrying and stressed. King of Wands says, hey, I've got it figured out. I know which direction I'm going. I'm going there now, and I'm taking my whole army with me. So King of Wands just says, take bold action. Let's see what it wraps up with. Yeah, Hermit. You're coming out of your shell in some ways, Aquarius, in January. Here's 3 major arcanas in reverse. It's saying that there is some sort of fear, doubt, or resistance that if you can unlock it, you unlock your spiritual gifts, you unlock your creative potential and your capacity to manifest things, and you unlock, spiritual wisdom also, and also coming out of being what's just in your own heart, your own mind, your own inner circle, and sharing it with the world. It's saying that you have this opportunity to share these big dreams, this big action, this big project. If you can get out of the small thinking. This is saying, King of Wands is saying, think big. Go for it, be bold. Fate favors the bold. I think that as the month progresses, you are going to sort of be reclaiming your crown, Aquarius. You know this inherently. You know your value. But and you're sort of primed for success. You're primed for victory. I just think that as the month progresses, you may need to stop looking outside for the validation, for the accolades, for any comparisons, any measurements against other people about where your success is. And then things will get easier and you'll start to have success yourself. You'll start to have the opportunity to realize your creative potential, your ability to create things to happen in the world. And if you can get out from underneath your overthinking of anything having to do with the heart or emotions, you can take big steps. You can make big changes and big leaps forward. If Six of Wands is success and triumph, like King of Wands is the master of that. So you're up leveling this month with something. If you can see things from a perspective, what I'm getting, Aquarius, is like if you can get your mind out of the way and actually kind of trust your heart or share your heart or receive heart messages, emotions, clearing the mind out of the way is going to bring you success and triumph. There's a lot of success and triumph cards here. Six of Wands, Queen of Coins, Chariot, King of Wands, Magician even. So you have a lot of creative potential if you can get your mind out of the way. That's your basic message for January 2024. I hope you have a wonderful new year, a wonderful start to the year, Aquarius, and I look forward to seeing you again later this year. Thank you so much for tuning in. Years of the Stars.